You didn't know what Flair was?
I knew it was an airline, mostly because of the thing you sent me was a picture of an airplane.
Yes.
So that was pretty much a dead giveaway. But I didn't know they were Canadian. But it's funny that they are. Do you remember several months ago there was a plane that crashed in Montreal? It was a Delta jet. It came down to the ground very fast and hit the runway. And when it did, it snapped a wing off and it rolled over.
Yes.
Everyone lived. And
Yep.
it was fine. But the captain of the plane that was landing it hit the ground and didn't flare. And so in my airplane groups or whatever, they're all talking about flare. That's what you flare the airplane. And what you do with your flare is you actually lift the nose up. And so you kind of build a cushion of air under the airplane. And that's that last little bit of that transitions you to the ground, right?
Right.
So she didn't flare. That's why she hit the pavement and all the drama happened. What was really funny about that is there's one picture of the airplane and there is a flare airplane in the background. And it's like if she'd have just paid attention to her surroundings, she would remember flare.
Oh, that's funny.
I know. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Outer Belt. I am Patrick, and you know my friends, Hans, the woman, Franz, the other woman, and Jerry.
Yay, yay.
What's up?
I miss the music in my ears.
You do?
It's been a while.
Oh, it has been a while. It has been a while. What's been going on?
It's been kind of like jazzy. I'm just listening over here.
I know, right? It's pretty good. I'm glad we settled on this.
Yeah, I'm glad we settled on this too.
Yes.
I remember the vote was very contentious, whether it was going to be this or that other song.
How many years ago
was
that vote?
Jerry?
4 years?
4.
4 years ago?
Yeah. How long have you been here?
Well, this is my 4th year, so.
Oh, so you graduate after this.
Mentor program's over.
Okay, but real quick, seriously, I'm Patrick.
I'm Chili.
Buttermilk.
Eric.
Zucchini bread.
And Jerry.
Well, we knew you already. I guess they knew me too.
Yeah.
I love when
better.
people call on the recruiting line and I say it's Melissa and they get all giddy. They're like, is this Buttermilk?
That's awesome.
I'm like, it is.
Yes.
And then in my head, I'm like, you must watch The Outer Belt. I do. That's pretty exciting.
I love when I hear too from similar from Delina with
Yeah.
Expedite Chicks. She kind of says the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Or they reach out to me and they hear my voice and they're like, "Is this one of the chicks?" And I'm like, "No, wait a second." Fun times.
Yeah.
But it has been a hot minute. We have not been together in this room since, picture it, Sicily.
Yeah.
1942.
Feels that long ago.
No, it's been a hot minute because we actually banked a bunch of shows before we
did.
left. And schedules got kind of cray-cray for a little bit. And we almost did it. I saw that. We almost did it. We had to put up one, sorry we missed the show type the situation. But we did pretty good outside of that. And I thought it was so funny. I was scrolling through Facebook, and I saw that come up on a Saturday, and I'm like, oh, wait a second. Oh, yeah. No, we haven't had a chance to do anything yet. But we're back, and we're happy. Most of y'all are wondering, what happened? What was the scheduling conflict? And it was actually Buttermilk and Vince. Y'all had to leave town.
We did have to leave town. Yeah, the sheriff was after me. So
That's the sheriff of Nottingham, right?
We had to leave town.
The weather
until-
was atrocious.
Yeah, weather was atrocious.
How was the weather where you went?
Good. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Warm. It was warm. It was a tad warm, but I'll take that over.
How many over freezing cold?
I was going to use other words, but Jerry was giving me the eye. Like he knew the words I was going to use, and
Don't add more work.
yeah, that's exactly it.
Oh, hold on. Let me get my. Wait, where is it? I don't know where it's at. Hold on 1 second. Oh, I'm so out of. There we
There we
go.
go.
There you go.
All right, got it. Yeah, so it was warm where you went. Where did you
was
go?
warm.
Because I don't know where you went, and we certainly didn't run into each other.
We did not run into each other at the L.A. airport. Who knew they had an airport in Lower Alabama?
You're
But
right.
They do.
Why do
do.
they? Why?
Yeah.
What's the X for?
X-ray.
Lower Alabama X-ray.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Well, the X actually comes into play because originally they didn't have 3-letter codes for airports.
Oh.
They had multiple letter codes for airports, and L.A. was just 2. But when they started to have more airports, like Las Vegas is LAS,
Yes.
so they had multiple LAs. The X became just a
Yeah, but it's under.
A
fill-in.
placeholder?
Yeah, I get that, but it's understood. Like Los Angeles and Lower Alabama aren't even close to
They're
each
not
other.
even close to each other,
So I mean,
no.
it's not like you'd
No.
confuse the two.
Right. But,
Yeah.
So, yeah,
When
we
you're
went to
booking
L.A., Los
online.
Angeles, to visit mom and dad and my kids.
How was it?
It was a good trip, mostly.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
heat was nice.
Heat was very nice.
Was there any
yes.
point where you're like, I'm over it? The heat, not the trip.
No, I was fine with the heat. I wasn't fine with the LA traffic, but we didn't spend a whole lot of time in it.
Oh.
We didn't.
We kind of planned our stay, so we spent some time actually near LAX visiting my kids, and then we went out to Riverside, south of Ontario,
Okay.
to visit my parents. They live out there
Good hour drive between the two.
at least, and then back on Monday morning to the airport was a nice, just after rush hour drive.
I saw that freaking birria you got.
Oh my gosh.
Birria was amazing.
Looks
The
so
son-in-law
good.
did a great job finding that food truck.
So which is better, that or Dina's?
Does Dina watch the Out About?
I don't think so, not anymore.
Dina's birria was amazing. It was really good.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
good.
It looked-
I'd eat
I-
her
I
birria
wanna-
anytime.
I want to try AJ's taco shop next to Echo.
We
I
should
know.
do that tonight. Echo after the recording.
I'm good with
Call
that.
Don, let him know we meet us at Echo.
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what kind of food they're bringing from their food truck, from like brick and mortar, because they still have their brick and mortar building,
Yes.
but what they're bringing out there.
So are they getting rid of their brick and mortar or no?
I don't think so.
Everyone out here is like, what are they talking about? So Echo Spirits is a rum distiller in Columbus, Ohio. They make vodka, they make gin, they make not gin, they make
Gin-
Genevieve,
Yes.
which is the pretentious way of saying gin. They make and they make some whiskey as well. They it's a cool little place. It's tiny. Next door is literally like a tool shop.
Yeah, a tool shop.
They sell like industrial tools. So if you need to buy a diamond drill bit for
Exactly.
what I don't know what you'd use that for,
cutting,
but
cutting other diamonds.
yes. So if you are a diamond jeweler and you need diamond drill bits to drill other diamonds for your jewelry,
Right.
did y'all follow that? Because that was
think-
That was
I think
rough.
I'm- I
Okay.
think I'm
Or,
with you.
or a concrete or stone
you
wall. or
are so
something.
yeah. You could go there, buy that, then go
maybe.
next door and buy a bottle of rum.
Right.
So, but no, it's a really cute little place. We love supporting local businesses, and they're one of the companies we like. They have a little tasting area bar, and
They make amazing cocktails too.
they make really good cocktails. It's a nice place to go on the weekend.
And their patio has enough place for a food cart.
Yes,
And for the years that we've been going,
it's been ramen,
it's been ramen,
Yes.
Red Rabbit Ramen. Again, we're going to do some shout outs here.
and my
and-
understanding is they're going
They
to brick and
moved.
mortar, right?
No,
Oh no,
they
But
moved with a brewery, but they're still
Okay.
outside.
all right, I knew they were like
Yep.
moving somewhere, and there was talk of brick and mortar. Maybe that's like long term plans.
Possibly.
Yeah.
So
but-
now there's a new food truck there, which is AJ Tacos, and they are known for their birria and their ramen birria. So
oh, they do ramen too.
They do birria ramen.
they do.
Nice.
Ooh. So is it
So-
just in the is it consomme? What's it called?
Yeah,
Is it just in the-
noodles in
Yeah.
the consomme with the meat.
Oh, that sounds like a heart attack.
So I'm excited
Can't
because
wait to
Eric,
try it.
Eric should be able to eat that.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it won't have sesame in it, like what
correct.
Red Rabbit's ramen had.
So Red Rabbit, we love them. Their food's great. We met the guy that owns the place multiple times, and then he ended up getting a job out in the West Coast, right?
Yep, Washington.
And franchised it. And the new owners came in, and they're the ones that they've had it for a couple of years now, and they're the ones that have moved locations. But the food's unbelievably delicious. But in the early years, he was doing ramen. You could get it with or without sesame seeds.
Yes.
And then over the years, he changed his recipe where the sesame is already in it. And Eric, having a sesame allergy, it killed him from being able to have any of that.
Yeah.
So we always felt a little guilty, very minor guilty, as we're there eating our ramen noodles. and Eric's just like staring at us, drinking his glass of water.
Well, you
But-
got him like a McDonald's burger or something to make up for it,
No.
right?
No, we didn't.
No, we
Burger
did not.
King?
Uh-uh.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
All the fast food in that area.
I know,
Nothing
right?
for me.
It's like Wendy's. Wendy's is the one, right?
Yeah, there's a
What-
Buffalo Wild
There's a
Wings around the
Buffalo
corner.
Wild Wings right there, and it's crazy
And
busy.
they'll deliver it to you.
Yes.
At Echo.
That's a cool thing about this place too. They don't have food, except for the food truck. They don't
Right.
have food, and so if you roll up with your double cheeseburger and French fries,
They don't care.
they don't care. They're fine with it.
Yeah,
So,
they're fine with it.
but yeah, I am excited about that taco
The
truck.
birria. So back to LA. We did have
Yes.
some amazing birria. Vince's mom asked what he wanted her to make, and he asked for red beans and rice. So let me tell you, that was tasty.
Did you record it or get the recipe?
I watched. I could probably come close. Not
right.
moms, but
Well.
close. I'll never be moms, but I'll be close.
Did anybody just hear the ding of the bell at the? Okay, yeah.
Oh,
wanna
I
make
was
sure.
already thinking myself, like, I don't know.
I need that song.
She
That bum,
showed
bada, bum, bada, bum,
me-
bada, bum.
I said close, but not moms.
The problem is your hands are different sizes.
Oh.
So when you sprinkle ingredients in your hand and measure and throw it in the pot, that's going to be a little different measurement, I think.
I think
Nice.
too the difference is Melissa's gonna be like, well, if we just turn the heat up a little bit, it'll cook faster.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
No, I watched all of how she did everything.
I'm
Her
glad you
her
did.
rice measuring was a little weird for me.
But it worked.
I'm sitting.
well, it was by the centimeter.
I know she's got this
Which is-
island,
She was counting.
and we were on
She was
opposite
counting them
sides of the
individual.
island, and I was watching her.
Exactly 1,037 pieces.
And she had a saucepan, and she had a 1 cup measuring cup in the saucepan,
Mm-hmm.
and she measured the rice to 1 cup and then dumped it, and then she set it back in there, and she measured it to 1 cup and overflowing for quite some time,
Uh-huh.
and then she dumped the measuring cup, and I'm like, time out.
But that's the lane yet.
I'm
Right,
like,
Eric?
what are you doing over there? I said, how are we measuring this? Because I've
With
always
her
known rice to
heart.
be like a 2-to-1 ratio
Yeah.
kind of thing. And so we were talking. She's like, well, it's just how I measure. And I'm like, so why are we measuring with a measuring cup, though,
So
if
she
you're just going to
measures.
free flow afterwards? But she, I'm sure she's made rice in this saucepan many times before, and she knew what she was doing. But I'm just like, I couldn't wrap my hand around
She
why we
probably
have a
was like,
measuring cup.
Pour 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So in the deep south, in South Louisiana, it is called the lanyap. It's a little something extra. So that's what she did. Like
Yeah.
that's an actual thing down south. I haven't seen anybody do that in years. That's
I did
crazy.
like that she did her ham hocks and her turkey neck
Oh,
in water with
Say it
onions.
slower.
And she boiled just that to make broth because she was
Yeah.
fast tracking these beans.
oh, so she was doing it fast.
So then she boiled the beans, 3 bags of them, which that surprised me. And then after she boiled them for like an hour, then she drained all of that water off.
Mm-hmm.
And then she put that pork water with the onions into the beans. So I did think that was interesting on a fast track how she did that. I appreciated
Yeah.
it. So all in all, I'd say they probably were done in about 2 hours. Again, from a dry bean, she fast tracked them.
Now, was it from a dry bean, or did she actually soak them overnight?
Nope. That's why
Yeah.
she did the first boil and had her stock going.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool to watch.
That's, I got my jambalaya. I'm starting to really dial it in. Y'all have had it a few times.
Yeah.
I'm really starting to dial it in. I'm feeling more confident. I've kind of figured out what sausage to use. Chicken's chicken, but I'm kind of figuring the salt to seasoning balance out and what's a good generic so that you can then, if you want spicy, you can add a little hot sauce to it or whatever. So my next thing is a etouffee, crawfish etouffee, which I've done once. And
Excellent.
Buttermilk, you were here for my first go.
Nope, that's not buttermilk.
That's what I meant. Zucchini bread, you were here for my. We really got to start wearing name tags.
I think we're good.
We should. I'm just going to get mine embroidered on my shirt.
Yeah, well, chili though. I don't
Yeah,
want.
chili.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But yes.
Zucchini bread, you were here for that, and missing a couple ingredients, it still came out really nice.
It was very good, and
It was
I'm not a crawfish fan,
Yeah, it was.
and it was excellent.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I was really happy with it, and I just know I can make it better. And I've seen a lot of different recipes, and Imre Lagasse has one that's really, really famous. It's been around forever. Like he has been around forever. It's so funny. Have y'all side note. Have you seen the once? We'll get right back to it. Just calm down. Have y'all seen those like in the 90s? Like Who Are You in the 90s or
Yes,
whatever
I've seen
things
a lot
on
of those
Facebook?
scrolling on Facebook.
I've seen so many. I thought about putting some up with Hyfield, but then I realized Eric and I were in elementary school, and it probably wouldn't go very well. So, and I have to get those because those are actual photographs. I'd have to go to Dad's house. We'd have to get in the cedar chest.
Yeah.
We'd have to dig out the photo albums, Polaroids. We'd have to. It's just it's too much. So Emeril Lagasse did one, and it's him on Emeril Lagasse Live and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, I remember the flood of memories being a Southern Louisiana guy. Like, he was such a pivotal part of my childhood, and watching him cook and being on all the shows, because he did Emeril Lagasse Live, he did Essence of Emeril on Food Network. So those are both
Essence of Emerald.
those
That's
are
what I
both
watched.
the Food Network ones, right?
Yep.
I liked Essence of Emerald was good. That's where he's really like just dialing it in. Emeril Lagasse Live, Emeril Live was like he had the band playing in the background. He'd go over there and play drums on the break and stuff, and bam, that's where that came from. That was the one that was more entertaining. As you can imagine, as a kid,
Yeah.
that one I gravitated towards more. But I mean, just learning like good food, good appliances, where I learned what Viking ranges were and Sub-Zero fridges were, from his show, like just all that kind of stuff. But he has a crawfish etouffee that's supposed to be amazing. He put out like in '92 or something.
You should get the recipe and do it.
It's been available for free for years, and he's done 2 or 3 or 4 or 10 examples of showing it. And so,
You know why he hasn't done it yet?
No.
Because in order to get the recipe like printed out with all the ingredients, you got to send a self-addressed stamped envelope.
that's right.
To the Food
You
Network.
do. You do.
That's
you
funny.
do. And
Yeah.
it comes with 2 tickets to the show.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny.
Exactly. So
He's the
he's just too lazy to send that self-addressed stamped envelope.
He's the first person I ever heard put words to a smell makes everybody happy. He always talked about putting a ham hock or some smoked meat in his pocket and getting on the subway in New York. And he's like, and watch the people flock. Just because it was like a comfort food,
Yeah.
a cologne, however you want to say it. He's like, you want ladies to swoon over you, put that ham hock in your pocket and get on the airplane or whatever it was that he was talking about.
absolutely.
And I'm like, oh, what a fun way to kind of put, food with a love language kind of thing. And that smell of smoked meat does that.
Absolutely. And I love his story.
Yeah.
Being from Boston area, and he's Portuguese, being in Boston with a huge Portuguese population, and then going and learning French cuisine, not Cajun food, French cuisine, and then being in New Orleans and working at Commander's Palace, which he then becomes the executive chef of, and then growing out and starting his own establishment, and now you see his kids getting involved. It's just like, I love that American dream, work and bust your tail
Right.
and make it happen.
The legacy.
And oh, by the way, he's also a really good chef. And I didn't really understand the Portuguese side of things until Eric and I went to Portugal. And Jerry, you were there with us too. I forgot. Yeah, you and Don came. And I know you didn't really care for it, but I loved the Portuguese cuisine. A lot of pork, a lot of chicken, which is stuff that's huge in the South, in Louisiana.
Yeah.
And the sauces and the gravies and everything. And it's like, oh, I see now how this fusion with French and that Cajun thing, like, really, it
Right.
works together. Like,
Right.
I understand that now. Like, as a kid, I didn't really get it. But when you actually kind of experience that, it's like, oh, okay, this makes sense. I see now how he gravitated to this. Eric and I have been to a couple of his restaurants, really like it. And so anyways, that's my next thing is the crawfish etouffee. I want to do his. And
I
then
think you
after that, I'm coming after not grandma's. I'm coming after mom's red beans and
Red
rice.
beans and
I'm going
rice.
to challenge her.
It was really good.
I will learn mean, evil red beans and rice.
It was really, really good.
If you say so.
Not having to season them.
That being said, I'm going to LA for a month
Yeah.
with your mom. So
Not having to season your food when it hits your plate, I always think is a good thing. Now,
Yeah.
my salt level may not be your salt level, and I get that. And you may need to season. But the salt from the ham hocks, but she also adds salt too, don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But just she makes those beans, she imparts such flavor in the bean. and the salt that you just you don't need anything. Maybe some fresh raw onion if that's what you like, or some people maybe like cheese. I don't know, on red beans. I don't know. I don't know what people put on their beans. She did
Chicken.
offer sauce.
Sometimes fried chicken,
She
right?
did-
Sometimes fried chicken, maybe a little hot sauce.
She
Little
did
hot sauce.
Cholula and
cheese?
Tabasco.
Crystal.
Yeah.
I can see Crystal.
Or Red Rooster.
Sure.
Or Tabasco.
Or
Tabasco was
Louisiana.
good.
Yeah.
For Louisiana, but yeah,
It was really, really good, though.
Tabasco is good. But-
Salted.
yeah.
It was very salted, flavored. So, anyway, that's all I got to say about Vince's mom's red beans and rice. They were outstanding.
Sounds delicious. So, we had the conversation while you were gone. I think about my I guess grandparents are similar in age to your parents. Not closely, but they're of this similar generation.
Okay.
There might be 10, 15-year difference, but they're more close than they are apart.
Sure.
And so I asked, I said, you're going over there. You're going to stay at their house. My grandmother, love you if you're watching it. She's the salt of the earth. I should be going down to Alabama actually fairly soon to see some aunts and uncles, and I'm planning on going on down to Birmingham to see her as well, and I can't wait for that trip. And I can't wait to show y'all what I'm bringing back, the reason I'm going. I got to keep my mouth shut. I'm super excited. Anyways, but
Is it a baby?
it's not, but it's
Okay.
but you're not
All right.
far off the thought.
Okay.
It'll make sense when you see it. So, my
Is it a
grandmother,
puppy?
when last time Dad and I stayed with her. Now, Dad's been multiple times since, but last time Dad and I stayed with her, my grandmother turned the heat down because she knows we don't like it hot. She turned the heat down to 82 for us.
Nice.
Down to 82.
Nice.
I think she keeps it at a nice 98.6, so her body doesn't have to burn calories. It just works. And so I said, okay, you're going to Mama Chili and Daddy Chili's house. So how's the temperature going to be there? And you said you're going to report back. And I am dying to know.
I do believe I sent a picture of the thermostat the one day. Love her as well.
However, you sent that before they got home. So we got to the house.
Yes.
And they were out running errands.
Correct.
And you sent the screenshot before they came home.
Yes.
Because when Mom got home,
She turned it up
did
a couple
say-
notches.
She did
Yeah.
say, "It's warm in here,
She
isn't
did.
it?"
Oh,
And
she did?
turned it down.
Okay, I thought
Yes.
you were going to say she said it was chilly
No, she
in here.
turned
No.
it down to like 72.
Okay. Well, 72 is not bad.
not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at
It's
all.
not bad.
So it ran sporadically while we were there.
Well, in all fairness, it was
Thank
like
goodness there was a ceiling fan.
It was 107.
it was 107. Yeah. So y'all were actually in Los Angeles. You weren't in Lower Alabama.
No,
I
we
don't
were
think
in
we ever
Los Angeles.
clarified.
Los Angeles.
Yeah. And we were joking about the airport thing because we actually did run into them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll tell you a little bit about what Eric and I did shortly. But we did run into Mel and Vince at the airport, and we got a group photo. This is it right here. Aren't we cute? And if you're
That was
wondering,
so fun.
if you're wondering why the date is wrong behind us, that is the Olympics that are going to be
Yes.
held in Los Angeles. They're starting to get people excited about it already. They say they're going to have this like quadruple billion-dollar airport renovation done by then.
Sure.
I don't see it happening. Do
I
you?
don't see it happening.
Not a chance.
Not gonna happen.
By like the next time they hold the Olympics,
Right. Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe it'll be done.
80 years from now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was crazy because we originally talked and we shared times, and we were just going to meet each other.
Right.
We weren't gonna. No.
Yeah, it wasn't going to
work.
happen. But
no, we were landing while your airplane was boarding.
exactly.
originally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the time y'all were going to land, we were going to be on the plane already. And y'all caught a tailwind, and y'all did like a 3.5-hour flight in like 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Something like that. Yeah.
And so,
Which pissed me off because I was halfway through a movie when we landed.
okay, check this out. Eric and I were in the lounge. You know, we fly a lot with Delta, so we do have the Sky lounge privileges. So we're in the lounge, and LA is a really nice lounge. You can sit outside or inside. Atlanta has one too, and
Yes.
I think New York does.
Salt Lake City has an outside.
Salt Lake
yeah.
City does as well. Some of y'all saw my feedback on Salt Lake City's lounge.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll let that baby lie. 130 something comments
know,
so far. Anyways, so we're outside at LA's lounge. Beautiful. I mean, gorgeous, right, Eric?
Yeah.
Friggin' nice.
Nicely decorated.
Yes.
The service, excellent.
Excellent. Yeah, it was great. So we were at that lounge, and you told us what gate you were supposed to be landing in. We didn't know you were running ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
We were actually sitting directly above your gate. Like, I'm like looking out, I'm like, oh my gosh. I took a picture. I'm like, look right below us, and it's y'all's gate.
Yep.
And then not 10 minutes after you said that, and you're going to be like, oh, we're landing in like 40 minutes or whatever, an airplane shows up and takes your gate, and I'm like, well, you're getting a different gate. Like, not a chance it's going to happen. But, yeah, so y'all didn't end up landing, and y'all showed up early, and the gate that they reassigned you to, from what I understand, had a plane there that was running late. They were delayed, right?
Right.
And so you ended up getting your gate back.
Well, in all fairness, it was gate 31A was originally assigned to us, and I think they ended up going into 31B.
Okay,
Which
sure.
are right
So
friggin'
they're
there
right
together,
next to each
right?
other.
It's
Yeah.
like, come on. Yeah.
So, but what was crazy, funny about that is because Eric and I just assumed y'all weren't going to make it. He kind of planned his getting food on when our departure was going to leave. So, like 10 minutes before you land, Eric's like, I think I'm going to go get some food and order it and have it brought over or whatever. And I'm like, well, they're about to land. We're actually going to get a chance to see them. He's like, so do I have time to get food? I'm like, no. So he had to go without food.
I was
Only
just saying,
over
you
to
look a
Salt
little
Lake
skinny.
City, though, right?
Sorry you didn't get that chance to eat.
Yeah, all the way to Salt Lake City.
That's not very far.
That's how I lost the 2 pounds on the
I
trip.
was going to say, that's how you lost weight.
No, LA to Salt Lake's real close.
Yeah, it's not very far.
I didn't realize.
It's not any further than like Medford and Salt Lake.
I think it's closer than Medford. Honestly, I really do. I was shocked at how close it was, and it's a beautiful flight. We were flying. Y'all saw it was a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Gorgeous day
Gorgeous
outside.
day.
So we're flying up, and we flew right along 15. Basically, just
Yeah.
took 15 the whole way up. It's weird that the Delta 737 just took
Just
I-15
all the way.
up, but that's
Save
kind of
some
what
fuel.
save some fuel. We were on the back of a Peterbilt, but out the right window, which is where I was sitting conveniently, it's like Vegas. Right before Vegas, you see like the end of not Lake Mead. It's a canyon there, but it's not the Grand Canyon, but it kind of is, but isn't the Grand Canyon. It's Colorado River, so there's canyons there. And
Okay,
it's very
yeah,
pretty.
yeah.
It's all desert, very pretty. And then it's Vegas. We flew right over Vegas. You can see all that. Lake Mead in the background. Lake Mead.
Sad.
They say it's going to drop 7 more feet this year. 7 feet.
They'll find more bodies then.
I was going to say.
They're going to finally find Hoffa.
Yeah,
the,
exactly.
the mobsters are all
They're gonna
worried.
So they've already pulled out the 1970s cars.
That's
Now they're moving on to the
right.
1960s and
60s.
50s cars.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
It just looks sad. It looks like a pond. It's crazy. But in the distance, it was clear enough you could see the Grand Canyon.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's really cool. Then you fly over Zion. Zion's gorgeous. Like, absolutely gorgeous. And then it's just that trail of mountains the whole way, and then you're in Salt Lake. Like
And I think Salt Lake's pretty approach.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mountains, because it's all desert, so even the mountains, right now, most of the snow's gone. It wasn't a very wet summer, wasn't a very wet winter.
On the West Coast, at least.
Yeah, on the West Coast, correct. So a lot of those mountains don't have snow on them.
Right.
So it's not literally until you get to Salt Lake that you start seeing snow caps again. So that was kind of cool to see. And then, we went and did the Salt Lake City, our Salt Lake's airport. And again, if you saw my feedback on the Delta Lounge online, Eric, that Salt Lake City's always been a great lounge, right?
Yeah.
By far the worst we've ever seen it, right?
They're just
were a
having an
little
off
behind.
day.
They were a little behind.
It was a
on,
bad. It was a bad day. It was
cleanup.
bad. It was a bad day, and I didn't mean to start as much drama as I did.
Oh, boy.
Boy, whew,
You stirred the pot.
I did not mean it.
138 comments.
It might be more than that now.
We don't need to
I
reflect.
keep waking up in the morning and I see more people talking about it. I'm like, this was a week and a half ago. Why are y'all still talking about this?
Did you tag Delta Airlines in that
I
post?
did.
Did they respond to you yet?
Yeah, they sent someone to clean it. So
4 days later.
2 hours later.
I'm kidding.
2 hours in, they finally. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So we left there, and then on the way to Columbus, beef short rib
Nice.
on the plane. So that was nice. So Eric finally got to eat.
Yeah.
Good deal.
I had the Cheez-Its on the plane.
Oh.
Yeah, they were.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss,
Yeah.
huh?
Oh, yeah.
Was there any soda?
Coke. I mean, it's a Delta. They're based off Atlanta, so
Okay,
there's
so
Coke.
Yeah.
Oh, you said soda. A Coca-Cola. Yeah. And
Yes.
I had a Coke Zero on the plane.
Coke. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Ice.
Yeah, there was ice.
Uh-huh.
There was ice. Yeah.
You have to ask
Yep.
for it. It's not, well, at least I did.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Well, but y'all had. Listen, I don't believe in a class system.
We didn't sit together.
We didn't sit in the same
Airplane.
category for some of it. Yeah.
It felt like the wrong airplane.
It really did. I mean,
I mean-
but when I got off the plane and saw the two of you, it was like a half hour later that she came off the plane. You guys almost had to leave to go get on your
We
flight
did.
because she wasn't off the
We
plane.
literally
yet.
had the conversation
Yeah.
of like, if she doesn't get off soon,
Yeah.
when the pilots and the flight attendants got
Are
off,
getting
we were
yeah,
like,
she's still on the plane.
I'm like, are you
Yeah.
sure she made it?
It was strange.
I was literally the last row, both
Yeah.
both flights.
But she said it was nice, right?
It was very nice.
The bathroom's right there.
I know.
I mean, so convenient.
Yeah.
The,
so
the
convenient.
small hop I got upgraded both times to Comfort Plus.
She's sitting back there, and people are going to the bathroom. She's like, "Oh, you had curry for dinner. Oh, fried chicken.
That's a little TMI.
Did you have the Cheez-Its?" And I told her, I said, "Yes, dear, I did."
Got me snorting over here.
Fun times on Delta Airlines.
Yeah, we booked at separate times.
Yeah.
So when she booked, it was the last row.
Oh my goodness, the tween I sat next to, all the way from Vegas to Minneapolis.
Oh, me and you were texting about that, weren't we?
He was hilarious. Trying to get on the Wi-Fi. I don't know how long he was on the just pushing buttons, every button on his iPad, trying to get the Wi-Fi to work. Finally, I was gracious enough to try to tell him, you have to have a credit card or a certain account. It costs.
Yeah.
He's like, oh. And then he was separated from his family. His
Oh.
family was in all three seats directly across from us.
Okay.
Mom sitting on the aisle.
Well,
and
you
then there
hold
was
on. Now, what you say separated?
there was a stranger,
Oh.
the kid,
Melissa.
and me.
Oh.
He had a stranger on either side
Oh,
of
he was a
him.
middle seat.
He was a middle seat. Well, then he's wanting snacks and his iPad and to talk to mom and more mom and more mom and I don't know how many moms. And has no concept of personal space. He's pretty much laying on the man next to him's lap, touching his mom and getting the whole thing. Finally, he simmered down when he got his iPad. But he's doing Snapchat, which is on an iPad. That's a big face looking back at you. He was touching the man's screen next to him, trying to help him rewind or start, or I don't know. There was a language barrier there. The whole thing was just really funny. From the time we landed until the time we pulled into the gate, I was no longer watching what I was watching on my cell phone, and I didn't have to. I partook in a conversation for almost 15 minutes while we were taxiing
Yeah.
with the kids.
Does he want to be a driver?
No. He was sweet. He was really sweet, but
How old is the tween? Because you and I did text about
he's
him.
an 8th grader. So, and I said
Okay,
I thought he was
yep.
about 14.
Yeah.
So he's probably 13, 14.
Okay.
So he was very polite. After snacks had been given and we had partaken in those, I said I need to go to the bathroom, but I was cleaning up my stuff and put my tray table up, and he immediately told the man next to him that I needed to go to the bathroom
Yeah.
before I even said anything. And I'm like, oh, he's pretty intuitive, or
Yeah.
he's aware of his surroundings, and I thanked him for it. He was nice, but he was a little fidgety, and I'm glad I wasn't in the aisle seat between him and mom. That's all I got to say.
It just makes me so. So my first flight, I was a tween. I was a tween.
Yeah.
And I can remember it. So, like, do y'all have things in your life that help you remember when something happened?
Yeah.
So, like,
Calendars.
Yeah.
I don't have calendars.
Oh, okay.
I have Marie calendars, but
Yeah,
not
but not
calendars.
calendars, yeah.
So I think of movies, a lot of times when I think of where was I, well, oh, this movie, fill in the blank, and then I can figure out the date. So my first flight ever
Right.
was Remember the Titans. Do you remember the Titans?
Denzel
Yep.
Washington.
With
Good
Denzel
movie.
Washington,
Yeah.
great movie. So I flew Northwest Airlines, from Baton Rouge to Memphis to Jacksonville, Florida, with my dad, and he went out there for a work function, bought my ticket on airplane miles, and his sister, I was going to say his aunt, but his sister, my aunt, lived out there, so we ended up staying with her, and while he was at work, me and her hung out and did things. Or if he had some of those were social meetings at night, so I'd have dinner with her while he was out doing the socializing thing, right? And I remember too, it was so cool. We landed in Jacksonville, and we ended up going into. It was my first time on a DC-9.
Ooh.
Well, the first time flying, period. But still,
Yeah.
we got a DC-9.
Sure.
Woo, big, nice, fancy airplane
Yeah.
from '62. So we get to Jacksonville, we go through the whole thing, go to the rental car place, right? I'm all excited. We get a freaking Monte Carlo.
Ooh.
Oh,
Big time.
big time.
Bougie,
Like,
bougie.
we got
Monte
a
Carlo.
As a teenager.
so,
Did you
a
button-
preteen,
but
as a
you're-
preteen, as a
Did you then button the top button and tighten your tie up because you looked respectable?
of course. I mean, I wasn't wearing a button up, but still,
You weren't. That wasn't. I guess that wasn't the age of flying.
it wasn't the age of
appropriately
flying for that.
dressed.
No. Dad looked nice. He was in slacks and everything, but I wasn't. Yeah, that was an epic trip for me. So I remember the Titans, and so my first trip was as a tween.
Yeah.
But let me tell you what we didn't have on the airplanes: Wi-Fi, cell phones,
Yeah.
screens at the back of the TV,
Yeah.
uh,
Y'all watched the same movie.
air conditioning. No, we had air conditioning. Do you know what we had?
Did they have smoking on the plane still?
No. Well, the pilots, but not the
Oh.
yeah. It was like a
What about
Waffle
the-
House.
What about the stewardess?
Steward, they were stewardess back then.
They were.
Yeah, she was in a very nice full length gown.
Was she
Yeah.
smoking?
Yes, of course. Palmals, I believe.
Yeah.
No, without Palmals, what was it? It was Calico, Calypso. What? Oh, I know you know what I'm talking about. The
Capri.
Capris. They were
yes,
Capris. Yeah, the Capris.
yes.
Yeah. And what's crazier? She had the extension,
Right.
You know,
Oh.
the little
Yeah.
the straw.
That's
Just
funny.
No.
Cigarette
So you didn't have any of that stuff to keep you entertained.
No, we had the window, and who remembers the other thing we had? There were two things we had that they don't have at planes
you had
anymore.
The sharper image, or
The sharper
Sky Mall,
image.
the Sky Mall catalog,
Sky Mall
which had
catalog,
sharper
yes,
image inside of
it
it.
did,
Yeah.
and Brookstone, which I don't know how
Brookstone
that
in
worked
there,
out.
too.
That one was some sketchy.
Yeah.
I could tell you, I could quote that thing after 4
I believe it.
5 hours
I
of
believe it.
You
flying.
didn't bring a book with you?
What's a book? I brought a comic book, but you
Oh.
burned that pretty
Yeah.
quick.
So I remember the first flight I ever flew on. It was the movie Steamboat Willie.
It was the movie. They didn't play it.
No,
it was
no,
the movie.
They played it.
Oh,
They brought out the projector and set it
Yeah.
up and dropped the screen down.
and there was someone there turning the
Turning-
crank the
turning
Oh,
whole
whatever.
turning the crane. Yep. It was. You couldn't hear it because the propellers are so loud outside the window.
Yeah.
And it was just the silent Steamboat Willie.
Yeah.
Memories.
He was a pleasant
memories.
person to sit next to. He was funny to just people watch, I guess. So
yeah.
I wish I would have known it was only his second flight. I guess first flight was out to LA, and this was the
Oh.
second one. Because on that bathroom break, because I timed it almost before landing, I would have switched seats with him just so he could see his hometown
Oh yeah.
at
I
night.
get that. I get that.
Like that. That would have been really cool. And
Yeah.
I didn't know his story because we hadn't talked for 3 hours before landing.
Yeah.
So
Well, he was busy helping the.
and by then
Right,
now we're approaching.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, we really can't
Yeah.
ask everybody to get out of the aisle so we can flippy flop.
Yeah.
No,
So
just decide who goes over and who goes under.
yeah,
That'd be
well, I didn't want it to seem
Flip the seat
weird
up.
because mom and dad were right there. So I was like, just leave it alone. But when the plane,
Listen here, little kid.
I know. But when I told him, well, when
Just
the
sit on my
plane
lap. It'll be okay.
when the plane tips, I said you might be able to see, and he's like, the plane's gonna
The
tip.
plane tips.
And I'm like, well, I'm like, when we're turning, and then it went to do a turn, but it did on
The
their
other way.
parents' side.
Yeah.
And I'm like, can you see what's out there? Because I was telling him how many lakes you could see. There was tons of lakes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, can you see cars moving? And the further we came down, he could see more. And So, but I wish I would have switched.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That would have been pretty cool for him.
Yeah. I that was, obviously Dad did that for me. He put me on the window seat and on all 4 flights.
Yeah.
And I got to see all that. That was pretty exciting. Yeah. And I got the whole gamut of jets on that one. I got the little tiny regional jet with 4 engines. It was super cute. And then I got the big DC-9s both ways from Jacksonville to Memphis.
Right.
And then on the way home from Memphis to Columbus to Baton Rouge, I got the turboprop, where they go out there and they like grab the propeller.
If it fits 12 of you.
Yeah, well, they grab the propeller and they pull it really hard down fast, and then they get all the way of its swinging blade. Yeah, it was a Saab. Ooh, they make cars,
They did, yeah.
So,
They still make cars in Europe? Saab?
No, not anymore. They quit.
Are you sure?
Yeah, GM bought them and ruined the brand.
Oh, yeah.
Shocking, right?
Yeah.
General Motors destroy a brand? Never. So, Pontiac and Oldsmobile. So, anyways, but yeah, because I remember like actually going out there, I really wanted to fly on a propeller plane, and all we did was jets, and I'm like, we're going to a propeller plane, and then we finally get one, and it's not only do you get to fly a propeller plane, but you actually had to, if you remember back in the day on those things, you had to actually like go and walk on the ramp.
Yeah.
Because the jet bridge wouldn't go to them.
Of
You had to
course,
actually
yeah.
walk on the concrete, and you're like walking
tarmac.
by the.
Well, there are still airports where you get on big planes that way.
Yeah, they're mostly in
Medford
Europe
is.
though. But,
Burbank,
Grand Island,
Medford?
Lincoln,
well,
Albino.
Alpena,
Hastings.
but they're mostly
Go
in
on.
Europe. They're mostly in Europe though.
OSU,
Yeah, OSU. There you go.
See, I
Yeah.
never walked out on the terminal.
Ireland.
in
Oh,
Europe.
that's Europe. Never mind.
Yeah.
Ireland. Did we do that in Ireland?
We did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I flew into Redmond, Oregon once, and I think it was you have to use the ladder or the,
You have to use the ladder.
No, it was a ladder. It was literally
It was a-
ladder
it was an
on the
emergency
bottom of the
ladder.
jet.
Exactly.
Yeah. It was the McDuff flying
the roll.
But-
agents.
It wasn't.
I
It wasn't a
just-
jet bridge like they do now.
UK is not Europe, right?
Well,
No.
it is. It is
Okay, I just
Europe.
wanna
It's not
make
part of the
sure.
European Union.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just don't want anybody yelling at us.
No,
You
so
said
we-
Ireland was Europe. So when
It's
Europe.
Europe. It's
Ireland's
Europe.
part of the UK. Part of
part
the
of the
EU.
UK.
Yes.
part of the EU. But
Oh
I
yeah,
guess
they're
I
good.
never considered it Europe.
They're good Catholics there. So, anyways, we don't want to start any drama between them. Speaking of parking at the airport and getting out of the green lot and everything.
Yeah.
We were talking about that before the recording stopped.
Yes.
So the green lot in Columbus is it used to be the best parking deal.
like $6 a day.
It used to be $5 a day. Best parking deal in the world. There were people that would park there that didn't use the airport.
Yeah.
They're just like, this is cheaper than anything else in the city.
Yeah.
Right? So $5 a day parking. Now it's up to $8.
8.
I think it is.
No, I thought it was 9. I
If I-
think.
Oh, then it's
8
bumped
or-
up. It was 8 last I checked.
Okay.
Okay, so
But
$8 or
it
$9
could've
a
been
day,
like-
but still, like,
I
That's a
didn't
big
pay, I don't
increase
know.
from 5.
It's a big increase from 5, but
Yeah.
what's it in LA? 30.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
At
sure.
ATL, Atlanta, it's like
Yeah.
$22 for the cheapest, and that's you got to take a bus to a thing to a thought. Like it's a to do. Ours is it not to do at all. It's actually
No.
it's actually gotten nicer. They put a huge fence up around it. I feel like they're running the green shuttle more than they used to.
For
The
sure.
last few
Aren't
times
they
I've
running like 2 or 3 of them?
yeah,
It
the last
seemed
few
like.
times I've used it, it's been a lot faster than it used to be.
The wait didn't seem that long at midnight.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Which it used to be, if you wait a half an hour, it wasn't crazy, but you're like, we're paying so little for parking, who cares? Now it feels like 10 minutes, maybe, at the most. It's actually gotten really good. So I'm really happy with what they're doing with it.
Yeah.
But it's still the best deal in parking. It's so
It is.
cheap.
Yeah.
It is.
It's so cheap.
We had pulled in when we were leaving. We had pulled in, and he was coming down. Just pulled in. The
Yeah.
bus did just as we were setting up to back into our parking place.
Yeah.
So by the time we had parked and we're unbuckling, he was like now at our car.
Yes.
And he stopped and he waited for us. Obviously, we were
Also-
not. We were not slow pokes. We
the shuttle
hustled and,
people have
and
been
got
really
our
great.
goods and he did, but he parked right in front. We weren't anywhere near the
Same
hut,
thing. Same.
but he could see that we had just arrived, and why not pick us up? And
Same thing happened to us. So we
Yeah. We weren't
pulled
far
in,
from you.
We pulled into the green lot. Oh, you saw us?
You were on the outside
We were.
perimeter.
We were.
We were like
It's the first
same
time
row.
I never would park there
there's
because
no
there was
fence.
no fence.
Yeah.
Now there's a fence there. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll park there. So we did the same thing. So obviously we flew somewhere. If we were into LAX, we obviously flew somewhere.
Yeah.
So we came back into, we came into the airport to park because we left before y'all. We were going home when y'all were going out.
Right.
So when we got to the airport, I saw the bus like when you make there's a right hand turn you make, and then there's about a quarter mile.
Yeah, about that.
About a quarter mile before you turn into the parking lot. So I saw when I made that turn, I saw the bus a quarter mile ahead of us turn in, and I'm like, we got to go. So it was like hammer jammer, and I drove down there and into the airport parking thing, got my ticket, and then go through, and they only use 2 aisles, but there's like 6 or 8 aisles of
Yeah.
parking.
Yeah.
So we knew where they were going to be, and I saw that it was a full bus, which means they have to let passengers out, right? So I'm like, cool. So I went the next aisle over and just 40 miles an hour through the parking lot. Don't do that. It's not safe.
It's not
But I'm
You
like,
didn't want to wait for the next
I didn't want to
bus.
wait for the next bus, and I knew if I went down far enough that I could get ahead of him, enough time for us to get our luggage out and everything. Well, apparently he had no customers, and he did stop at one. At stop 1, there's 4 stops at each row. He stopped at 1, and then he drove all the way down to 4.
Oh.
And I'm like, seriously? Nobody parked in 2, 3, or 4? Like normally, they stop at
Yeah,
each one,
every
and
one.
this guy wasn't stopping anyone. I'm like, oh my gosh! So Eric and I are like running, and we're carrying our thing, and he blows past 4, and I'm like, dang it, we're gonna have to wait for the next one, and I don't know how long that'll be. It could be 10 minutes, could be 5 minutes, could be 30. Who knows, right? And the guy did the same thing. He stopped at the end of the row
Yeah.
and opened the doors and waited for
Nice.
us and let us get on right
Nice.
there.
Nice.
Like I was super happy
Yeah.
and gracious for that. So it definitely, especially when you're starting your trip, that kind of thing really sets you off on the
It
right
really
foot.
does.
Yeah, it does.
So-
It truly
yeah,
does.
it does.
And then of course we were there. We heard wait times were getting ridiculous and all this stuff. So we get there and 2 minutes were past security, and we're like, well, what do we do for the next hour and a half?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it, beginning of this week, Monday, with spring break and stuff starting? They
Yes.
were like 2-hour, 3-hour waits
Yeah.
to get through security.
We got through LA with no delay at all.
Yeah. I think you guys were just before. I don't know if spring break was
No,
in
I mean,
LA,
I mean,
but like,
on Tuesday
Coming back.
coming back,
Monday.
whenever we came back, Monday. But I mean, everywhere else was having these long delays.
Yeah.
And we were concerned about it. So I was looking at wait times online. I'm like, these can't be right. 10, 11 minutes. And
Right.
we literally had nobody in front of us going through
nice.
the checkpoint.
So this afternoon, Jimmy and Kelly. Jimmy runs our maintenance department. Kelly runs our. She's a fleet manager of all the trucks, but she specifically focuses on the FedEx side. They are flying out to from Atlanta to Colorado, I think, for family wedding, and Atlanta was like one of the Atlanta and New Orleans were 2 of the hardest
The
hit
worst,
airports, the
yeah.
worst. So they were like preparing for 4 or 5 hour delays to get in, all this stuff. 15 minutes.
So then they're on the other side for 4 or 5
Yes.
hours.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, we should have sent them a credit card that would get them lounge access. But I'm like, hey, being on the other side is much better than waiting in those lines.
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
Definitely.
Well, your
'Cause-
stress, your
Definitely.
anxiety, all of that is
Absolutely.
worth being on the other side and taking
Yeah.
a nap or
Well, just
whatever it is you're doing.
And just not knowing, because, I mean, they were telling people to get there 3 hours ahead of time. But for Monday and Tuesday of this week, the lines are 4 or 5 hours long. So can you imagine being 3 hours early, because that's what they said to
Sure.
do,
And still missing your plane.
and being in line, not even through TSA, watching
yeah.
your plane depart.
no,
Eric and I have
it would be
experienced that.
frustrated.
So, Eric, do you remember this, Eric, in New Orleans with Mom and Dad and Melissa? So, the first time we went to New York City, this is pre-trucking. We're going way back in time. So, all way back to 2011.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, in all fairness, it's 15 years ago.
Yeah.
But
When you were 12.
yeah, back.
Uh-huh.
we flew U.S. Air. Okay, they don't even exist anymore. So we flew out. We decided that we're going to do a family trip. We're going to go to New York City. So I booked this U.S. Air, Columbus, Ohio. I keep saying that. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Sorry, New Orleans, because it was so much cheaper. Baton Rouge is a very expensive airport to fly
Sure.
out of. New Orleans is very cheap. So New Orleans on U.S. Air to not the main.
LaGuardia?
No, to
JFK?
but to Washington D.C.
Oh, DC.
Dulles?
It wasn't Dulles. It was the other one. Reagan.
Reagan.
Yes.
Reagan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one that had the plane crash last
Very
year.
recent.
Okay, so Reagan. We flew to Reagan, and then from Reagan on to LaGuardia.
Okay.
Another airport that had a plane crash. It just seems like it's just everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah, it
So-
does.
We flew to heroic pilots. Anyways, so we flew to LaGuardia, and but we sure enough we got in crazy long lines in New Orleans. We were there 2 hours. That's back when they were saying like be here, an hour,
Yeah.
hour
Sure,
10.
sure.
whatever. We were there 2 hours ahead of time, and we still missed our flight. And we got to the door. You ever been like you see the movies where they're like walking down, like running down the thing, and they see their gate and they visually watch the door being closed?
Yeah.
That's what happened. Like that's our plane. They were super cool. They were like, we know that the security is really bad, and they booked us on the next flight. It was no big deal. Got to Reagan, got to LaGuardia, everything was fine. But just for that few minutes of like, oh no,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like what do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
We've
terrifying.
had a worse experience when we were taking TAP to get to
Yeah.
Europe.
Yeah, you remember Tab going to Europe?
Oh,
don't
I
you?
remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Jerome.
Were you guys end up
Barrow.
driving to Pittsburgh or
That
something?
was
Yeah,
that was a bad experience.
that was a nice jury in though. What you say, Jerry? Is a nice
Yeah.
jury in?
That's
Do
the
you
first time
remember-
there.
Yes, first. So, me, Don, Jerry, Eric, and
It was an expensive trip.
oh my gosh, that was a nightmare. You know what I remember the most about that trip, besides the delicious food in Portugal? Do you remember the 12-mile long walkway from the parking lot into the building at Pittsburgh? It was all enclosed, and it was the mobile, the moving sidewalks.
Okay.
But it was literally I say 12 miles, maybe 2 miles of just continuous sidewalk
I forgot y'all had to go to
walking
Pittsburgh.
forever from the parking lot all the way to the main terminal. It was ridiculous.
Did you miss the one here? Something happened.
So New York,
And y'all ended up going somewhere.
yeah, New York City had really bad weather, so our Delta flight got canceled out of Columbus. Delta rebooked us out of Columbus, and they got canceled again while we're at the airport.
Yeah.
Like we hadn't checked our luggage yet, but we were at the airport, and thank God we had our luggage. And so then they said, so I got on the diamond desk because thank God I was a diamond medallion. And so I told them our tickets, and I told them Jerry's tickets and Don's tickets, and she was like, everything out of Columbus is going to be canceled tonight.
They had a really bad storm going through, and it was going to get to.
It was New
New
York.
York.
Yeah, we were fine where we were at. There was no
So-
storm where we were at, but New York was under a bad storm.
Yeah, everything was getting canceled.
So she said, Pittsburgh's flight's not going to get canceled. I can put you on Pittsburgh's flight, and there's enough room for all four of you. And but can you make the flight? And she told us times, and we're like, sure, yeah, we'll figure it out. And so it was hightail it back to the parking lot, got in the car, and left. Had to pay friggin' $3 in parking.
Yeah.
And then we drove to Pittsburgh, and I want to say we were probably an hour outside of Pittsburgh. Jerry, you remember this when we got the notification that flight had been canceled?
I remember getting the notification.
The Pittsburgh flight had been canceled?
yes. Oh, stab in the heart.
Wow.
But everything in and out of JFK was getting canceled. They were having a bad storm. And TAP Air Portugal, who we were flying out of, we were going to fly out.
We were hoping that they'd cancel their flight
Yeah.
leaving New York
I-
because of the bad weather.
I think we were supposed to leave at 10 or 11 o'clock at night out of New York City. And they ended up flying that flight at 5 a.m.
Ah.
Oh.
And because they flew it and we weren't there,
Our fault.
our fault. So we had to eat the airfare.
Ooh. Oof.
It was
Yeah.
probably an empty plane going
was-
to Portugal.
It was crazy. So Delta stepped at the plate. They took care of everything, made everything happen, and we were able to get on a Delta flight the next day.
That's good.
But it was.
I forgot it was about weather.
It was bad. It was for a few minutes there. It was like really frustrating. But we stayed at this really nice brewery inn. Made it in time for the fast break. Didn't we have dinner there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I remember too. We were talking about like maybe let's go into Pittsburgh and let's see what it's about, or go to the movies or something. And after we got done eating, we were all the anxiety, everything. We were all shot. We're like, no, we're going to bed.
It was
We'll
my
see you tomorrow.
first time at Jury Inn, and it was so stressful. I was drinking that night. So that gives you a little hint right there.
Right. That's funny.
Yeah, it was rough. We still ended up didn't we have time in New York City? We still like the next day we had
yeah,
like a full
yeah.
day in New York City and got to do the whole Patrick
Nice.
and Eric's New York City tour. I
Nice.
think y'all have been a part of that a couple
We
times,
have.
right?
Yep.
So that was fun.
Nice.
Yeah. I love New York City. So Eric,
I'm a big fan of their salsa.
oh,
Pace picante sauce.
oh, not Pace. You mean
No, it wasn't Pace. It
it
was
wasn't
the
Pace. It
other
was the
stuff.
other one. It was the
Yeah.
New York City.
Yeah.
Old El Paso.
Get a rope.
Get a rope. What would you like on your tombstone? Oh wait, that's a
It's
different
a pizza.
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 Yeah.
Oh my goodness, y'all emerge in all these commercials.
One love. So
Where's the beef?
I've fallen and I can't get up.
love that chicken from Popeyes.
Oh my goodness, y'all haven't seen each other in a while.
We have not.
the meat.
So that sounds like y'all had a ton of fun in Lower Los Angeles.
It
We
was a
did.
good time.
Oh, we
Yeah, it was a good
squeezed in
time.
seeing my parents in San Diego.
That was even lower.
That was even lower.
You went to San Diego?
We did
Do you
We
know what
did.
San Diego means?
I do.
on Sunday. The Diego of San. We were an hour and 15 minutes from where my parents are. So my dad and stepmom, and so we jaunted down, and
Awesome.
I'm glad
these the
that they
RV
were
guys?
home.
Are these the
They are,
RVers? Oh,
yep.
cool.
and I'm glad that they were there at the campground.
Yeah.
So we hung out for maybe 2 hours.
You were glad they were there. You didn't tell them you were coming?
Not until that morning.
Oh, okay. So, okay.
Yeah.
It's
no,
not like
no.
you didn't like knock on the door like surprise.
Yes.
No,
exactly.
oh, no, because I wouldn't have known what. No. So, anyways, we jaunted down there. Speaking of people who don't believe in air conditioning.
Oh,
Yep. Motorhome.
that's
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's
So, and my dad wears long sleeve shirts. I'm not sure what's up with that. T-shirts. You know, not the halvesies, but all the way down. He
Yeah.
always has.
I can't.
But pulled up, so they're really 3/4
I have one long sleeve shirt, and it's because FedEx gave it to me.
with no air conditioning.
That's
in
you know
87-degree weather. Yeah, it was
Yep.
warm. We
I've
enjoyed
owned-
our time.
I've owned many RVs over the years. You've known me to have
Air
several.
conditioning.
Every single one of them. Every single one of them.
I know.
So much so that I don't even need electricity.
I think they just
You can
adapt
get gas
to
in or
it.
diesel, and we can. No, there's nope. That's not true because I do think you could adapt to it because we did by force. Remember that, Eric?
when we were children.
No, 3 weeks ago.
Oh, by force.
So Eric and I'm sure you're asking. Well, where were you all coming from that you
Ran into
met
each
each other
other
in Los Angeles?
LAX. Yeah.
And did we go down to see the Queen Mary? Perhaps. Probably not. Did we do a cruise down to Cabo and
Yeah.
Puerto Vallarta?
Yeah.
Absolutely
yeah, it's a
not.
good place to go right now.
Not a chance. Eric and I actually took a quick 3.5 week trip to Australia.
Oh,
Yes. We went down to the land down under.
nice.
Yes. We actually it was actually planned out to be a 5-week trip. I know you're thinking that's ridiculous. You're not
No.
wrong. So you're not wrong. But the first 2 weeks of it was going to be a cruise on the Carnival Luminosa. Luminosa.
Yeah, right.
I like that name.
Luminosa.
Luminosa. It sounds like it should be a spell in Harry Potter. Luminosa. Yeah, so we were going to take a cruise out of Brisbane. It was one the Carnival gave us from being loyal Carnival Casino followers, and I was excited. Fiji and a bunch of other stuff. When we got closer and closer and closer to the time, a few things happened. I ended up getting sick, and we had some other stuff happen. And it was like, you know what? Let's cut the trip short. Let's cut the cruise off. Let's just go down there and do the part that we're really looking forward to, which was a drive from Brisbane to Cairns. So Cairns is spelled Cairns.
Karen's.
Cairns. And I was taught you pronounce it Can. And while we were down there, the local Australian people call it Cairns. And Cairns. And Karens.
You gotta say it with the accent. I think that makes a difference.
And cons,
Oh my goodness.
depending on where you're at.
They call it all of those.
So I realized they don't have a clue what they're talking about. They're just making it up as they go with their brekkie and everything else. So we did this. So it's about 1,200 miles from Brisbane to Cairns, and there's a ton of road trips you can take to get there, and they go from everything from like a 4-day road trip to like a 2-month long road trip because there's enough to see. It's beautiful coastline. Eric, what would you describe it as?
Driving from New York all the way to San Diego.
But how would you describe the coastline?
Beautiful.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Mountains, rock, and I mean rock. It's like 1,000 feet tall. It's not a mountain. It's a freaking rock. Down to like flat, marshland. Kind of reminds you of South Louisiana, right? Like,
Yeah.
This
Reminds me of when we were traveling on I-10, going from like Baton Rouge to like Lafayette,
yes,
my hometown.
Yeah, that swampy marshland
Oh.
to rainforest, tropical
Hawaii.
Yeah, Hawaii. Like
Felt
it
like I
just
was in San Diego.
yes, it was crazy how much diversity there is in that stretch.
Right.
So I see why people do such a long trip. We obviously couldn't do that, but I see why people do such a long trip. And it was unbelievably gorgeous. And I'm so glad we were able to do it. So we flew to Brisbane, 13 and a half hours on a plane. Hoofa. Second longest. The trip to South Africa was longer, but this was, it's funny with these long flights. Like, the trip to South Africa was longer by like 3 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, every time a new world's longest flight pops up, it's by like a few minutes.
Right.
Right? It's ridiculous. If you have enough time to have dinner, watch a Harry Potter movie, go to sleep for 8 hours, wake up, watch another 2.5-hour Lord of the Rings special, and have breakfast. That's a long time to be on a plane.
Yeah, it is.
So that's what this was. It was that kind of situation, and it's nice. Delta really does a really nice job of it. Big fan of theirs. I do like if you're not like, so Eric and I travel a lot for work, and because of that, and we fly mostly Delta. We have a lot of Delta points or whatever, so we try to fly Delta because of the loyalty thing. If you don't have that, fly an international carrier. So if you're going to Europe, fly Virgin, fly KLM, fly those foreign carriers because they do have a really cool product. But if you are loyal to someone, flying Delta, they do a really nice job. It was really, really comfortable. I got the meal out there. I got these meatballs out of I sent you the guy's name out of L.A. and you didn't know who he was. You said he might be newer since you were there, or since you left there. But these meatballs were to die for. They were so good. Like, they really do a good job. It was a very comfortable flight, and when we landed there, we were actually quite well rested. And we landed at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we had some time to kill, so we actually drove to a mall. And I love this mall because in Australia, Eric, the way I describe it is it's like malls of like 1999, 2001, where it's like the place to be. It's
in the 90s?
Yes. Yeah. Like it's the place to be. It's the place where people go and hang out on the weekends and stuff. We went to
Were we there on the weekend?
We landed on Saturday. We left on
Okay.
Thursday. We landed on Saturday. Do that math.
We
But
had to skip a day.
what? Do you remember the story we went to that I was like crazy? Like, oh my god, I can't believe we went here.
There were a few of them. I don't know which one.
Orange Julius.
Not quite Orange
Wetzel's
Julius.
Pretzels.
It wasn't Target. It was the other one.
Kmart.
Shopko.
What?
Is it Kmart?
Kmart.
Yeah.
Wow.
We went to Kmart.
Oh,
And
fun.
I don't mean like Kmart, like there's one left in South Florida that has 19 items left to buy.
Yeah.
Kmart at a mall.
At Kmart at a mall that was busy, and there were people, and it was like elbow to elbow. And
They have their blue light special
they
and a
didn't.
Slurpee.
They didn't.
Aw.
That's the only thing that made me mad. We
Darn
walked
it.
all the way around that store because I was like, "There's a blue light special in here. I know there is. I can feel it," and I was wrong.
No blue
Probably
light special.
later in the day they would have it.
Maybe.
You probably were too early.
Maybe it was one thing that was weird too because we went.
Popcorn too, didn't they? Popcorn and Slurpees.
Yes. They had the food court. They had Little Caesars pizzas.
They didn't have a food court in the Kmart where I grew up. But
We had the Little Caesars pizza in our Kmart. Did y'all have that?
No, there was no Little Caesars Pizza.
Did you
when
have
I had
Kmart?
Kmart? We did.
Slurpee.
No, we didn't. It wasn't Slurpees. That's 7-Eleven. It was a little puppy thingy.
yeah.
The Slurpee type thing. The ice machine.
Yeah.
Snoopy?
Well, I think they had cotton candy
No.
too.
We had.
Did they have
deli
Tootsie
sandwiches.
Rolls?
Yeah,
Cotton
right.
We had
candy,
deli
something.
sandwiches.
Tootsie Roll.
Oh, deli sandwiches.
Deli sandwiches.
I don't remember food
Like a
like
sub
that. I
sandwich.
just remember the
Yeah, we had food like that.
snacky stuff.
We didn't have.
And then there was a separate stand that had ice cream.
Oh,
Like out, the food area was inside. It wasn't a sit down and eat. It was
take it and go.
take and go. But they had the blue light special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't slushies. It wasn't Slurpees. It was,
What was it?
another brand of Slurpee. Another brand of slushie. I forget.
Okay,
It'll come to 'em.
my last
So-
time at Kmart, I was probably under the age of 8, so I'm reaching way back in my memory bank.
This was
So-
just a few weeks ago.
In South Louisiana, we had. Did you have? Because you're from like the South. Did you have Kmart?
Yeah.
Big part of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I felt like I feel like the South, really like Kmart, Walmart, Target. Like we really had like
Sure.
those kind of stores. So Kmart to me, we had OG Kmart, which was just Kmart. I think later it was called Big Kmart or Big K or something
Big
like
K.
that.
Big K.
But it was just the Kmart stores, and I mean like from the 1970s, they had like the concrete little porticos or something when you walk in,
Right.
and you walk in the building, and sheetrock, no, not sheetrock, ceiling, like the what are they called? The asbestos tiles or whatever, like, and when I got a little bit older, everything was Joe Boxer branded stuff and Joe Boxer branded pillows and stuff. So that's late 90s.
Wow.
College kids going to whatever, but that was the Kmart that I grew up with, and in Baton Rouge they built a super Kmart.
Ooh.
So we actually got one that was rivaled in the super Walmarts when they first came out. Now they're just Walmart, but they used to be super Walmart.
Right.
And it was a huge Kmart that had a giant electronics section with flat screen TVs and
Right.
all this stuff that we'd never seen. Like, it was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy nice. A huge food court and everything, our shopping grocery store, and then we had the food court for the Kmart, which included a Little Caesars pizza
Nice.
in it.
Did the one in Brisbane have that?
No, they
No.
never. They were like, little who?
No food court?
No, I didn't see a food court.
Okay, so when you first walked in, off to the left, they had the counter at an angle. I think they had some foods on there.
Oh, did they? Okay, so maybe it was very small. It wasn't anything like when we were kids.
Sure.
That
What was the other store you were excited to see?
was it.
Oh,
No, I think that was the main one. Everything else, like there were a few like Australian specific brands that we were excited to see, and we went and shopped some of those. The whole shop local thing.
yeah.
So we did some of that. But just being in a mall with a ton of people, like it just because if you go to,
It's not really something that's happening right
it's
now in
not.
the U.S.
If you go to like in Columbus, Tuttle Crossing is one of our malls. It's a ghost town.
Yeah.
If you go to Polaris during Christmas, it's busy.
Yeah.
Outside of that, it's
But
like
it's still half empty. It's like stores.
Yeah.
literally half empty
Yeah.
stores. Yeah, there wasn't a single.
No, it was completely full.
It was completely full. There wasn't a single empty spot in that store, that mall. You were literally, if you wanted to put your business in there,
Right.
you had to get on the wait list.
Wow.
It was crazy.
I
And
saw
they
you
had
did Burger King, but not.
no, that was Hungry Jack's.
Sorry. Very similar.
Very similar. They had Whoppers and
Kangaroo meat or anything? Or what are they serving you?
No, so we didn't have kangaroo meat the whole time we were there, and it is a thing you can get, but we didn't do it. So in Australia, Burger King existed prior to Burger King coming from America to Australia. So they had two options. They could either pay this guy that owned Burger King millions of dollars, or they could just name their company something else. And so they did. They named it Hungry Jack's.
Okay.
The only thing different is the word Hungry Jack. The colors,
Everything.
Everything.
logo.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
But the food inside, they're not doing anything Australian.
It's
Forward.
Australian beef. Oh, proudly Australian beef.
That's cool.
Yes, flavorless, but proudly Australian beef. McDonald's was the same way. They were like proudly Australian beef.
The chicken tenders, though, those come from, overseas.
You say that.
I'm kidding.
The best thing at both restaurants were the chicken.
I was kidding.
So
what was
we-
another one that's like, is there a McDonald's there, but it's not McDonald's?
No, so no, most of them are the same way. They had a Outback Steakhouse, and we really wanted to go. It's because Outback Steakhouse, I know we've all been
originate,
taught is like an Australian thing. It's really not. It's an American thing, but they do have them in the major cities.
That's weird.
So we thought about going, but we never made the time to do it.
That kind of feels like a slap in the face.
I mean,
But I
Well,
guess
it's like going to Taco Bell in Mexico.
I
right?
know.
Well, they don't exist.
They
They've,
don't,
they've
right.
tried multiple times. They keep getting kicked
but if
out.
there was one there, it
Yeah.
would be like going there. I get what you're saying.
It'd be like going to an In-N-Out Burger in America.
Yeah, it really
Well-
would be. I don't get it.
Anyways, so no, so we did McDonald's. There was like maybe 3 nights in. First the first night? Might have been the first night actually. I take it back. I think it might have been the first night in Brisbane. So we went to the mall. The cool thing about the mall is they had like a nice cafe that had indoor-outdoor seating, and they also served beer. So Eric and I, when we first got there, we were so early we couldn't check into our hotel. So we go to the mall. We're doing that whole thing, and we ended up going to this cafe. Each got a beer, sat on the back porch, and there's a park directly across the street. It was gorgeous, and it's like our first memory of Australia. And the wildlife immediately, the birds are different. The lizards are different. The sounds you hear are different. People are driving on the wrong side of the road. It's different. Immediately, the plants are different. Like, it's crazy. We've been to some really crazy places. We've really been lucky in our life to go to some cool places. But, like, when you're in Europe, it feels like, if you don't take the architecture into account, it feels very like the U.S. The same animals,
Sure.
same everything. It was dramatically different in Australia. The wildlife, the flora, the fauna. So seeing all that and just like we just survived this 13-hour flight. Survive's a strong word, I know, but like it's a hike. And just being able to have a beer and really like take in our surroundings, and
Nice.
it was really nice. It was a cool welcome here.
Yeah.
And then got to our hotel. They put us on a low floor, so we were on 42.
That's a low floor?
There were 20 more floors above us.
Wow.
And we had like the most epic view of Brisbane. It was freaking gorgeous. And I think that night we were just done. You know that feeling of like you've been going and going and going, and you're just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I
If
got there about 20 minutes ago.
If you gave me $1,000, I wouldn't go out.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that
Yeah.
kind of thing. So I did order Uber Eats because they have that everywhere. And we got
Wow.
the McDonald's. Eric got the chicken. I got the beef. And
I won.
he won. The beef was flavorless. I don't know if they don't salt their meat or what. Like, because Burger King was the same thing. Their beef is flavorless. Like, it's so weird. They're like advertising proudly Australian, but there was no flavor. It was very
Interesting.
strange. Chicken, fish, great, but the beef was not.
Maybe their lean cows don't have a lot of fat to make flavor.
I don't know because they have they have Australian Wagyu, which is delicious.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That was very strange.
Yeah.
Spent a few days there. We ended up going up the coast, like I said. We had all kinds of crazy adventures. We stayed at some really nice hotels. We ended up staying in a jail cell. It
It was very close. I thought it was a closet.
It was well. It might as well have been. So we did. Cyclone ended up hitting Australia. I don't know if y'all pay attention. Probably don't. And when that cyclone hit Australia, it actually ended up flooding Eric and I into like a city on the hill. So
City?
A
Where do you get the word city?
a town on
Village?
That was a village.
a village on a hill, and I mean every road was closed. We tried.
One grocery store, one restaurant. The
Grocery
restaurant
store.
was closed that night.
It was closed at night. The grocery store. That's very kind. Very kind.
Convenience
More
store.
of a convenience.
Think of a
7-Eleven.
grocery
They
store
didn't-
just as a hurricane's about to come through.
They didn't have
Empty.
peanut butter and jelly. They had bread, but didn't have peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, they have the Vegemite
Did they have barbecue sauce?
That is
No.
not the same, and they don't treat it the same as.
No,
peanut butter.
we ended
No.
up buying.
Definitely not.
We bought a couple bags of chips, some soda, because we had some Jack Daniels. Because when in Rome,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you buy American liquor.
exactly.
And they had
Jerky?
no, they didn't have jerky. Nope,
Cheese?
nope,
Nothing?
nope, no protein. So the only thing they had that looked
Their whole hot
Bean
food
dip?
counter, and they had like 2 rolls that
Well,
nobody
that's because
wanted.
everybody
Yeah.
else in the town knew this cyclone was coming, so they had already.
So
bought
they
their
don't
stuff.
they don't do, so the restaurant's closed on Tuesday or whatever day we were there, and the grocery store does hot food. They had like fried chicken and all the stuff. They don't do it on Tuesdays either because there's never anyone there. So if we were there on Wednesday through Sunday, we'd have been fine. But we were there on a Tuesday, and there's no food to get. They had banana bread, and it looked delicious. It was thick slices. Come on, zucchini bread. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Thick slices. You saw the walnuts in it. You saw the big old piece of banana on top. So I got 2 of those. Brought them back to the place. I'm like, okay, we're going to have chips and banana bread. It's not great, but it'll get us through the night. And then
Right.
tomorrow we leave here. Hopefully the water will have receded. Because the rain did stop in the middle of the night. We knew that it was going to stop in the middle of the night. And so I'm from South Louisiana, so I'm familiar with flooding. And I'm like, okay, well, when the rain subsides, it's going to take 10, 12 hours. Then the water starts to go down. And so we ended up getting that. That was the most flavorless banana bread.
Oh my goodness.
They forgot,
Sugar.
yes, and love.
and bananas.
Oh.
No, it's a big old piece
You
of
can't
banana. You could
replace
see it.
banana. Oh.
The banana was the only flavorful part. They found walnuts that didn't have flavor. They clearly didn't get them from Texas. I'll tell you that.
No.
No, not by the pecans. No. It was
Nothing can replace love when you're making stuff like that.
it was not good, but it's all we had to eat. So we're eating this flavorless.
Put a potato chip on it.
Yeah, but the
Also,
potato chips are hit or miss.
I'm just thinking about this now. They had a donation basket where you could put food for homeless or whatever. They had more food in the donation basket than they had for us to buy.
That's right.
At
You
the
should
store.
you should have donated shouldn't you yourself.
We should have
Like
put the banana
Spam
bread in
or
there and
whatever.
then got the Spam out and just ate the Spam. No, it was crazy. It was
An adventure for sure.
It was absolutely adventure. So it was a single bed. So we had 2 rooms, a single bed, a fairly clean bathroom. I'll say that. A small bathroom sink, and then a giant, like, you know, those big utility sinks. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you
Like
had
you
next
have in a laundry
Is that
room.
where
kind
yes,
of thing?
yeah.
Is that where you took a shower?
No, it wasn't.
No,
And
they
then-
actually had a shower room.
They did, and they had a air conditioner that was for like the cathedral in a 10-foot by 8-foot room,
So you're nice and cold.
so it was frigid. And what was the other thing they had? Spiders,
Oh.
tons
Yeah.
and tons of spiders.
Well, they need to escape the weather as well.
They did, yeah,
Yeah.
tons of spiders. It was crazy. Like, so I had my cab or my
Do you just
dorm,
go sleep
whatever
in
you
the
call it.
car at this point?
We thought about it. So like I had my little dorm, Eric had his dorm. So like I went, put my stuff in my dorm, and then it was weird. They're the same building, but the entrances were on total different sizes. And they had like these shrubs that kept you from getting to them. So I literally had to drive around the building to
Wow.
Eric. So I go to his dorm. Then he takes all his stuff out. And then we watched TV and hung out in his room or whatever before the nighttime. And then I went back to mine. But it, like one of the first things we did, because you think like, okay, if there's a bug or a roach or something, it's not going to get in the bed. It'll be on the floor. You squash it and it's no big deal, right? So where the bed's up against the wall, a giant spider, and I mean, we're talking, what, 1.5 inches in diameter, starts walking up between the bed and the wall, and it's like, Eric's like, I'm pulling the bed out in the middle of the room as soon as we're done. He's like, that's not happening. So it was that kind of level crazy. And tons, Eric, of those tiny, how would you describe them? They were almost the size of ants, maybe? Spiders.
Yeah.
Little, like, maybe 2 millimeters. Spiders.
Wow.
Everywhere. It was...
Like they had just had a hatch.
Yeah.
Huh.
So the next morning we get up, we check out. The lady's like, I hear some of the roads are opening up, so y'all should be good. Because the lady that runs the place genuinely cared.
Oh, that's
Like,
good.
genuinely cared. She's the one that told us where to get food. She's the one that was like, tomorrow morning, let me know where you're going. We're going to, I have all the social media stuff. We're going to be able to talk about how to get where you're going, all this stuff. And so talking with her, she's like, okay, I hear this particular road's open. You're good. Cool. So check out. We head out, and we get past the previous day. We knew some roads were closed, and we found out what roads closed mean, which is multiple feet of water.
Yeah.
So we go back down the same road, and the water's gone. So we're like, oh, thank God. So we keep going, and then eventually the road turns into
Gravel.
gravel. That's a warm and fuzzy feeling
Yeah.
when the road ceases to exist.
That's working.
And then you get to the point where the cows have decided to cross.
Yes.
Yeah, as I
Yeah.
say, that's driving
The
around the back
cows.
roads in Nebraska.
Yeah.
Then after the road doesn't exist, and then the cows now occupy the space that might be a road, you go across one bridge, and there's water, but it's not deep, so you can make it.
That's good.
And you're like, whew, reminiscent of the other day, we're good. Keep going. Then you get to the one,
That everybody stopped on both sides.
and I just want to point out, here is the picture of our fearless leader, Eric. And so you see this photo of Eric, and he is pushing with all his weight against.
When I'm walking across, so your leg is more, if you think about the shape of your leg, side to side, it's got more surface area, but front to back, it's your bone.
It's thinner.
Yeah. So as I'm walking across the water, I'm keeping my feet and legs facing the current so it doesn't push my calf and knock me over.
Yeah,
Oh, that
because the
makes
water's
sense.
that strong. He
Yeah,
gets
that's how
out there.
strong the water
He gets
is.
out there middle. He's like,
Doing this whole thing.
yeah. He's like,
We're not
we-
going through this.
we're not going through
That
this.
was pretty risky. I mean, you could have been swept down the river.
Well, we'd already seen other people do it in other places.
So you're like, I might as well
I've
do it
watched
too.
somebody else do it. I'm an expert.
Yeah,
But we were the only two there
at this
that
point. At this point, we were the only two there. So he comes back, and I mean, this is
I hear
like
if you floor it, you can make it across.
not that one. Mm-mm. No, we'd already done that. So the previous day, we actually had passed up to the little village on a hill, and we were on a back road. And about half an hour into the back road, we got to a place where, I'm sorry, maybe more like 15, 20 minutes. Got to a place where the bridge had a little bit of water going across it. We waited, watched another vehicle go across it, because in Australia they have a lot of. It's funny because the first time we were there, we're there. Eric's asking, why are all these like plastic tubes coming off of these trucks? These black plastic tubes, and they face forward.
Really?
What are they? And I'm like, well, they're snorkels for the air intake so that you don't flood your truck. And he's like,
They
what's
don't
that
have
for?
those anywhere in the U.S.
Yeah, it's not a thing in
Yes,
America.
we do.
Yeah, I've
Well,
seen them.
Oh my! We
Not-
have
not
people
as
that
frequent?
go.
Not every other vehicle like they
well,
have in
not
Australia.
every other vehicle, but oh my
Sure.
gosh, we
So-
have groups that get together every weekend.
Yeah,
and
but that's
go-
not the same thing as every other vehicle. So
It's
we
not,
we ended up getting to explain that. So you see these trucks go through, and you see them. And it's like, okay, that looks like 3-4 inches of water. I can get across it.
Right.
So we go across the bridge, and then we're in hills, and it's fine. Everything's dry, and it's good. And then we come up to, and there's like 4 cars, 2 SUVs, and there's another SUV on the other side of the dip, and there's all this water going across, and we're like, oh, this doesn't look good. Doesn't look good at all. So finally, someone does have the whatever it takes to. I'm going to drive through it. So they drive through it, and they're jacked up, big truck, big SUV, and everything, and they get across it, and they're way off the ground, and the water is right up to the bottom of their car, and we're like, all right, so we're turning around.
Probably not gonna make
We're
it.
going over the
No,
bridge that we just came over.
So we turn around, we go back, and there's a Camry, a Toyota Camry, which I'm like, they have Camrys in Australia? Okay. There's a Toyota Camry. They're pulled aside, and I'm like, that's not good. And then we keep going, and sure enough, we get to that bridge, and I'm like, oh, they're just nervous about going to that bridge. Then we get closer to it, and I'm like, oh, my God. That bridge is no longer 3-4
More
inches.
water.
The first time we crossed that bridge,
So
the
now you're
water
stuck?
was up to the base of it. It's not on top of the road, but there's no space between the bridge and the water. They're touching each other. On the way back, the water had picked up to 6 to 9 inches over the bridge
Yeah.
in a matter of like
So now you're
half
stuck
an
in
hour.
between 2 rivers.
Yeah, so now and Eric and I
That's
are
the way it
like,
was gonna be.
Eric, like, what are we going to do? So I'm going to call them our heroes. They pulled up next to us, and they're like, they were in a rental car, but they were in a bigger SUV, and they were like, this river's climbing. We're going to go through it. If y'all want to follow us, that's the best way because we're going to make a path in the water. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense because water fucking rushes.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Because water rushes. And but if you insist, I'm doing it.
What's your
Sure.
other option?
What's my other option? Sleep in
It's
the
that
car.
or either sleep in the car
Because there's
in the middle of nowhere
there's
overnight.
nothing. It is the middle of nowhere. So I'm like, all right, we're going for it. So we just go for it. I gun it behind him, and I mean
He said he did lose traction on the road.
Oh, there were a few times where it's like, oh, we're not on the ground anymore. It was crazy, but we got through it, and then people were like, yeah, and we're like, yeah. Like it's all exciting,
like,
whatever.
I didn't make the news or the Facebook page.
Thank goodness, I didn't
As
claim
that
anything on the
tourist.
insurance.
Huge
Of course,
accomplishment.
yes. So we get through it, and all was fine, and then so we're like, okay, we're gonna go back the way we came into this town and try again.
So, like in the U.S., there's multiple ways to get
Yeah.
places. Take this road. Can't take the next road.
The
or the
place-
next road after that.
The place that got us into town,
Yeah.
road's closed.
They'd already put a
They'd
sign
already
up.
closed it. So I'm like, oh, there's another way out. Road's closed. So I'm like, all right, we got to stay here. So we go to the hotel.
Is it the only hotel?
The only hotel. No rooms. There's no rooms in the inn. I'm like, this feels biblical.
What do you do?
So
stable?
she recommended a campground that may have something, and that's how we end up with those 2 dorm cabins. So we literally
Oh.
got the last 2
That's cool.
spaces in the town. So it was crazy. The rest of the trip is kind of similar, just massive ups, massive downs. You know, things were super great. We had a few really low bottoms, but we have gone over our time.
Adventure.
So I'm going to say this is going to be a part B,
Yeah.
and we will leave Flooding Town and pick it up next week. How's that sound, Jerry?
Sounds good.
In the meantime, what have I missed?
If you're interested in Hyfield Trucking and all that we have to offer over here, check out hyfieldtrucking.com. You can reach out to recruiting via an online chat. You can also call recruiting at 833-HYFIELD. That's 833-493-4353, option 1, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have any suggestions, comments about the show, send them over to theouterbeltpodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. If you have any comments, leave them down below. We do read all of those. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. It really does help us out with the algorithm. And make sure you listen to us on all of your favorite streaming podcast platforms, wherever you do that.
A little rusty. It's been a little minute. I love I threw that
Just
at me.
a middle.
I threw that at you, and you're like, I forgot the script.
I was gonna say, I wondered how many times you
Right?
said this over and over to yourself to have it down that good.
Well, we thank you all for joining us and being here with us.
Yeah.
We appreciate the time to get to hang out. It has been a while, so I know we're doing a little bit of catch up. We do have some thoughts on some things that are happening in the trucking industry. It's very interesting situations that are going on right now. We just wanted to catch you up with what's been going on in our lives and why we missed last week. Again, I'll finish up part B of the Australia adventure down under. And we'll also talk about some legislation that's going through.
Yeah.
And I also had a thought, Melissa. Tell me what you think about this. Vince, what do you think too?
I like it.
So I was thinking, we have talked about trucks
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and all the parts and pieces of how we build those trucks.
Yep.
And why we've done what we've done. And who we've done. No,
Right.
that last part probably was not appropriate. What do you think about talking a little bit about the technology behind Hyfield? I don't think we've really done that. We've not talked about the things we've done on the fleet side of things with the technology and how we've grown from
Sure.
literally Apple Notes to various platforms to get where we're at now. We have not talked about the app that we now have.
Yeah.
We have not talked about the social media aspect of the various private groups we have, which are out there. We've not talked about a lot of that stuff. I think that'd be interesting because we've talked in depth pretty good about the trucks. And if there's more that you want to hear, certainly let me know because I'd love to talk to you about them.
Yeah.
But there's these aspects about our company that are exciting and fun. And if you're someone that's driving a Hyfield truck, you may know part of it. And if you are someone who's driving a Hyfield truck, you may go, why do they do X, Y, or Z?
Yeah.
I think some of that would be fun to chat about, talk about, and we've got the knowledge and the know-how and the brains in this group. I feel like we should highlight some of that stuff.
I think that's a great idea.
So I think that's the next couple episodes. I want to really focus on some of that stuff because it's really cool.
Or
things
the
we're doing.
employee aspect or the inner workings of
Behind the scenes.
behind the scenes.
behind the
of
scenes.
Who supports you? What
Absolutely.
supports out there?
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
for me, talking, because it's going to be kind of a combo of me and Jerry are going to have to work on this when it comes to the maintenance side of things. Like, how are we from Google, that's funny, Apple Notes to Fleetio, and how do we get there and things like that.
That'd
So
be cool.
I absolutely think it'd be a
I don't know
fun
that
thing
story.
to do. Yeah. And it's just something that I'm like, that's something we've never talked about. It'd be cool to kind of converse about the app thing. How it was a dream of mine years ago, and how it's gone from iteration to iteration to what it is now, which is incredible. So,
Amazing.
I think that's the next things we should talk about. So, if y'all have any other ideas or any other questions y'all have, things y'all want us to talk about, drop us a comment, shoot us an email, theouterbiltpodcast@gmail.com. You can call us on the phone at
833 Hyfield 833-493-4353. Option 1.
and share your thoughts there.
Real quick, speaking of fact checking,
It's been
Icy?
9 hours since we've quit.
I know.
But go ahead.
Icy was the
Icy?
thing at Kmart.
Yes.
Icing?
I was gonna
Icy.
I see.
I was going to mention that.
Icy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Icy.
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 oh, I
I
see.
see.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see. That's what Circle K had. Yes.
Yes, it's moved
Oh
on.
man.
Had
Do you
the
remember-
polar bear, didn't it?
Yes,
Yes.
they had Coke and they had cherry Coke.
And he was red and blue.
Yes.
No, they had Coke and they had cherry.
Yes.
You
Oh,
could
not
have made
cherry.
cherry Coke.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just like a.
Thanks, fact checker.
All right. Well,
It was going to drive us all crazy.
thank you, Don. We were gonna.
You just call me whatever you'd like. I mean, it's good. I'm
It's
here.
DAWN. So, well, we have been saying goodbye for about 35 minutes.
Midwest
but,
goodbye.
anywho, until we meet again, stay safe and make good decisions.
Don't leave money on the table.
And keep those wheels a turning.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Oh, that's not it. Hold on one second. Hold on. There we go.
Jeez.